Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's a good conversation nonetheless. All right. Well, we will work on some shoulder stuff then. And just gonna take it as it comes. I want to do a little bit of breathing practice before we get going. So, just take a moment to feel your environment. Nothing fancy, just maybe take a look around. Take a drink of your green drink. And then let's settle into it. So, who are you? I wonder what people like that watch these videos think when I'm like talking about the dogs in the park all the time. It's like I don't care about the dogs. Now they're real. Now that one actually showed up in the video. Okay, back to it. So, the name of the game is shoulders. Let's take a moment here to be really mindful of what the shoulders are doing. So, in your seated position that you've chosen, just close your eyes and see if you can start to envision your body as just kind of like almost like a cloud of different energies. So rather than getting hung up on identifying hands and feet and arms and legs, just kind of notice sensations in their general areas. Now, if you're at all having a hard time doing that, bring your attention to your breath and just kind of notice where you feel your breath. And again, see if you can identify it as an energetic pattern rather than I identify in my chest or my shoulders. Just the general feeling of your breath. See if you notice any patterns specifically around your face. So if you feel any tension in your face, see if you can relax it a little bit. Just maybe for a moment, imagine that you don't even have any muscles in your face. And finally, for about 5 breaths, see if you can make your eyes completely still, almost as if you're gazing at one point in space underneath your closed eyelids. All right. So as you let your attention to drift back to your physical body a little bit more, I want you to, rather than moving around, just notice the patterns of energy in your shoulders. So identify your shoulders, see where you feel tension. Just gotta remember that your shoulders are a pretty big part of your body. You know, you think about the shoulder joint, but then you also think about the shoulder blades, the collarbones, the sides of your shoulders, the deltoids, your trapezius muscles, and leading up to your neck. Where do you feel patterns of overuse? All right, with your next exhale, just start to wiggle your fingers and maybe your toes a little bit, just little shoulder shrugs here. So as per the usual, I usually start with some cat-cows and stuff like that. Let's do a slightly different movement today. So your shoulder blades kind of peel off the sides of your body, so that's protraction, and then retraction is squeezing them back in together. So let's work through that motion a couple times. So with an inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades in, or your shoulders in towards the center line, like you're trying to touch the fronts of your shoulders together. Now with your exhale, squeeze them back like you're trying to touch your shoulder blades together. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. Squeeze in. Exhale. 2 more times and see if you can stay cognizant of where those patterns of excess tension seem to reside. And the last one, really exaggerate it, really squeeze. You should feel your chest muscles really working. Exhale, feel the backside squeezing. And then find halfway in between those 2 points. So kind of relaxed but upright. Just extend your arms out in front of you. Turn your palms so you're like you're holding a beach ball in your hands, and then just open your arms as wide as you can. And once you feel like you've opened them up as wide as you can, see if you can open them up even just a little bit wider. Now peel your fingertips back as if now you're trying to hold that beach ball between the backs of your hands behind you, and then really lift your chest up towards the sky. Bring your gaze up just slightly, feel your throat open a little bit. And then just tilt your head over to the right. So you'll probably notice you feel kind of like a pattern of stretch from your middle finger of your left hand across the left collarbone up into the left side of your neck. See if you can exaggerate that a little bit, reaching your left arm away a little bit more, tilting your head back into the right a little bit more. And then just switch sides. Just let your head gravitate over to the left shoulder. Reaching your right hand back. How does this side feel different? Really squeeze. Backs of your shoulders should start feeling a little tired here. Inhale 1 more time. Open through the right side of your neck and shoulder. Now with your exhale, back to the center. Brace your abs a little bit. Take any sway out of your back. Both hands up. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms to the sky. Maybe your arms go straight, maybe not. Maybe tilt your head back if that feels okay. Think about reaching up instead of back, and again, engage your abs. So it may even help to fake a cough or a sneeze. That pushing out of air. You see if you can hold on to that bracing motion with your abs. Inhale 1 more time. Now with your exhale, bend your elbows, release, hands back down to your thighs. Let's do a couple little neck rolls here, just kind of release any tension that may have accrued. And then switch directions. Nice and easy, not too ragged of a movement, just nice and smooth circles. And then rest. Make your way down to a child's pose. Should feel good for your hips and legs. Just let your body rest here for about 5 breaths. Again, noticing your shoulders, your neck. Relax your neck as much as you can. Just let your head rest if it's down. Okay, so from here, start to bring your gaze up. Just crawl your hands forward a little bit more until your butt's kind of sticking up in the air. So we're in this puppy pose. Elbows can be down, but maybe see if you can keep them lifted. Let your chest drift down, let your gaze drift up if that feels okay with your neck, or just rest your forehead down on the mat. With an inhale, lift up just a little bit, so elbows up, hovering off the ground. Reach your left hand up towards the sky. Take this little twist here. Maybe roll your wrist out a little bit. Now from here, we're going to take the left arm underneath and back slightly. So you're almost like you're reaching back towards the back right corner of your mat. Left side of your head down on the ground. Now I want you to imagine that you're simultaneously twisting to look up underneath your armpit, reaching back with that left arm, and then letting your head slide forward just on the side of your skull with each passing breath. Almost as if you're trying to rest the top of your shoulder and the side of your neck on your mat. One more big breath, reaching but relaxed. Relax your neck and jaw. Press down through your right hand, slowly unwind. Left hand wants to get up to the sky. Slightly different this time. Bend your elbow, bring your left fingertips to the back of your head, and just twist open. So now you're going to feel some engagement in some of those muscles that we're just stretching. Peel your chest open, maybe look up underneath your left armpit a little bit more. And then release, switch. Left hand down, right hand up. Taking that twist. Already starting to drag your shoulders down away from your ears a little bit as best you can. A little roll through the wrist just momentarily. Inhale again. Exhale underneath and back, reaching. Right ear to the ground, right hand reaches back into the left. Take about 5 breaths, relax the side of your neck. One more big inhale. Then with your exhale, press through your left hand, unwinding. Again, bring your right arm up. This time bend your elbow, fingertips to the back of your head. Slowly untwisting. Dog day. Really lift through the elbow, reach, find that twist. And then both hands back down where you started. From here, just lean forward, lift your chest a little bit, so think like a cow pose. And lower your chest and your throat down towards the ground. Inhale, slide through cobra pose, light hands. So maybe even take your hands off the mat or just come onto your fingertips. Again, squeeze your shoulders back as if you're trying to touch your elbows together behind you. Find a little lift through the chest. Lift your legs up too. So see how your whole back interacts with itself just to kind of keep you in this position. Inhale one more time. Exhale, palms down, toes tuck, push up, push back, downward facing dog. So just pedal your feet out. Take 5 breaths here and just see how everything's feeling. Still staying aware of your shoulders, your breath throughout each little tiny movement. With an inhale, lift your right leg up in the air. Swing your right foot forward, set it down at the front of the mat, back knee down to the ground. So you're coming to this low lunge position. Interlace your hands again, press them to the top of your thighs, sink down. So as you press, find a little back bend here. So again, we're kind of looking through that for that broadening across the collarbones and the neck. Take your left hand back again, kind of like we did with both arms earlier. Take your right hand up and over, and you're just going to kind of use that hand to peel your ear away from your shoulder. So reaching back, sinking in, a lot going on here. Brace your low abs again. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, both hands up, reaching. Right hand reaches down, take a little side bend over to the right. This time look down behind your right shoulder as best you can. Inhale again. Exhale, left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky, twisting one more time. Shoulders back and down, lift your chest, reach through both arms, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up. So coming to this simple lunging twist, back leg straight and strong. Think about pressing your foot down into the mat. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, both hands down on the inside of your right foot. Just crawl yourself down the middle long ways, come into a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold down. A little bend in the knees is helpful here, especially if you're feeling tight this morning. Maybe a little bounce side to side. Checking in with your hamstrings and your hips just like you did with your shoulders. Inhale one more time. With your exhale, make your way back to the front of the mat. Come into that low lunge position. Fingertips or palms down. Lift your chest. Right leg up and back. Bend your knees. Stack your hips. Reaching back behind you. Inhale one more time. Exhale, square your hips. Set your right foot down. Lean forward. Plank position. Low belly draws in. Take a big breath. Exhale, lower down slowly. Inhale, chest up, this time using your arms just a little bit. Cobra pose, up dog. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up in the air. Swing it forward, set it down. Low lunge, back knee to the ground. Once again, interlace your fingers. Find your stability here as you sink in. Shoulders back, find that broadness across your chest. When you're ready to do so, just peel your right arm open. Left hand comes up and across, and again, pulling your ear away from your shoulder, reach through the arm. So kind of working with both arms. Inhale one more time. Exhale, both hands up, reaching. Left hand reaches down, right hand up, taking a side bend to the left. Find as much length from your right knee to your right shoulder to right fingertips as you can. Inhale again. Exhale, right hand to the ground. Use this opportunity to peel your chest open, lengthening through both arms. Spread your fingers. Tuck your back toes. Lift your right knee off the ground. Finding that low lunge. Imagine for a second that you're trying to scissor your legs together. Feel that engagement in your lower body. Shoulders back and down. Inhale one more time. Exhale again. Crawl yourself down the middle, long ways on the mat. Toes in, heels out. Inhale, lengthen. This time, crawl your hands behind you, round your back. So maybe for a moment, gaze up towards your navel, feeling that stretch along the backside of the neck and shoulders. Walk your hands back as far as you feel comfortable. Inhale one more time. See if you can round just a little bit more. And then slowly walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Crawl yourself back towards your left foot. Finding that low lunge. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, left leg up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Kicking back. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot down. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale again, chaturanga. Inhale, shoulders back, chest lifts up. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, drive your hips back. Exhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, both feet. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, slide down. Reach both hands to the sky, get as long as you can. Exhale, peel your chest open. Again, you're squeezing that beach ball between the backs of your hands. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower down again, being aware of your shoulders and their movement. Inhale, roll the heads of your shoulders back, back bend. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Swing your right foot forward, set it down between your thumbs. Low lunge, inhale, long spine. Exhale, high lunge. Think about pressing your back foot down into the ground. Just like before, interlace your fingers, palms up. Maybe a little side to side bend. See if you have a little bit more length in your arms than last time we did this. Now let's turn this into a little back bend. Just let your hands draw back. Let your gaze draw back. Reaching, sinking in. Inhale one more time. Exhale, release your hands, reach behind you, grab opposite elbows. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, start to straighten your front leg, begin to forward fold. Carefully listen to your hamstrings, listen to your body. Think about rolling your shoulders back. Crawl your hands, your fingertips as close to the opposite elbow as you can. Inhale one more time. Exhale, bend your knee, fingertips down, looking forward. Once again, low lunge, inhale. Exhale, standing split, left leg up. Find that rounded back, looking up towards your back toes, or maybe your navel once again, inhale. Exhale, set both feet down to the front. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach all the way up, get long through your body. Exhale, chair pose, squat down. If your shoulders are feeling tired, hands in prayer position, otherwise bring them up. Spread your fingers, reach. Feeling your shoulders shrug just a little bit. Now with your exhale, go the other way from the shrug, shoulders back and down. Interlace your hands at the small of your back. Reach your knuckles down towards the mat. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, straight legs, dive forward. Work through your shoulder blades as much as you can. So think about squeezing the heads of your shoulders back. Maybe your arms are straight, maybe they're not. Mine are not, so don't worry about it. Inhale one more time. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step your left foot, or your right foot back, sorry. Low lunge. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, high lunge. Reach. Again, interlacing your fingers, palms turn inside out, reaching up high, sink down a little bit deeper. Feel those muscles in your legs working. Maybe see if you can even double down, sink down 1 more inch. Inhale again, little back bend. Exhale, grab opposite elbow. See if you can grab the other one on top. And I guarantee you it'll feel a little weird. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, dive forward, straight leg. One more breath here. Where do you feel this? And release, hands down. Low lunge, inhale, looking forward. Exhale, take off, standing split, right leg to the sky. Again, round your back a little bit, see where your toes are. If your right toes are pointing out to the side, see if you can point them down instead. Inhale, lift just a little bit higher. Exhale, set both feet down side by side. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Tiptoe your feet hips width distance apart, a little bit wider stance. Bend your knees, unroll your spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, coming all the way up to standing. Squeeze your butt as you go. Inhale, both hands up once again. Take a little side bend, right hand down, left hand over, leaning into your left foot. So consciously let your weight drift into your left foot. Maybe even hover your right foot off the ground. So as you find that resistance, pressing your hand into your thigh, you should feel your hips working a little bit. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, just switch feet, switch arms, shifting over to the right. And again, noting how this feels different. Which side feels a little bit stronger, a little bit more stable. And then both feet down. Inhale, both hands high, reach up, look up. Exhale, cactus elbows, back bend. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, hands through prayer, begin to squat down. Finding a chair pose, or a squat, I should say. So sink into it, lean into your heels as best you can. See if you can push your knees away with your elbows. And just find the slightest lift to your tailbone. So it's sort of kind of easy to slump down in this position, even if you're on your toes. See if you can find a little lift, a little buoyancy, and just pick one point in front of you, maybe a piece of grass or something on the floor. Just relax your jaw, take 5 breaths. Or big inhale, long spine, shoulders back, take the stress out of it. Reach down, find your big toes, grab them, straighten your legs, forward fold. 5 breaths here too. Find that relief as you pull with your biceps a little bit, see if you can relax your shoulders and just let your head hang straight down. One more breath, one more pull. Use your arms just a little bit. Exhale, release. Fingertips down, step your right foot back. So left foot kind of stays out to the side a little bit. Spin your back heel down, so it's like a warrior stance. Bring your left hand down to the inside of your left foot or ankle. Reach your right hand up to the sky. So it's just an alternative way to get into a side angle pose. Roll your shoulders back. Now turn your right palm to face forward and then reach your right arm over your ear. So see if you can make that hand in almost like a karate chop, so the pinky edge is pointing down, your thumb is pointing up, and just notice what that does to your lats and the shoulder joint as you reach out. So this is a fully externally rotated position, so this is the safest position your shoulder can be in overhead. Inhale one more time. Exhale, down. Looking forward. Once again, step your right to the outside of your right hand. This time, bend your knees a little bit, slide your palms underneath your feet. So see if you can find that kind of traction through your spine as you lift your hips up, and relax your shoulders. As you straighten your legs, just let your head hang. Maybe close your eyes here and play with your balance a little bit. 5 breaths. All right, release. Fingertips down. Just kind of shake your shoulders out a little bit, nice and loose. When you're ready, left foot back. One more time, side angle pose. So take a moment to root down through both pinky edges of both feet. Right hand to ground, ankle, whatever's approachable for you. Peel your chest open. Again, you've probably done this pose a million times. Just focus on what your shoulders are doing. When you're ready, turn your left palm forward. Maybe reach your left arm out in front of you if that feels good. Turn your chest open. Use the strength of your arms to find that leverage to twist a little bit more. Inhale one more time. Exhale, both hands down. Again, back foot, step your left foot forward, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down, spread your fingers really wide. Just briefly lean forward, knees to triceps. Maybe you stop here, maybe you lift one foot up, maybe you lift the other foot up. Playing with crow pose. Let's do what you can do this morning. Feel that sensation in your low belly. Again, this is a lot of work for your lower abdominals, your psoas, so press your knees into your triceps and pull up towards your armpits using the strength of your core muscles. One more big breath in. Step or jump back. See if you can find plank instead of chaturanga. Inhale, lean forward just a little bit. Exhale, lean back, downward facing dog. We'll skip the push-up this time. Inhale, right leg lifts up high. Exhale, swing your right foot to the outside of your right hand. This time, back knee down to the ground. Peel your right toes back just slightly. Just let your right knee drift out to the side. You can use your right hand to push away a little bit if that feels good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe twist and look up over your right shoulder. One more big breath. And then back to the center. Sole of the foot down, both hands to the ground. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Again, switch. Left foot forward, right foot back. Right knee to the ground. Inhale, chest lifts. Drop your knee to the side as you twist, pushing away gently, shoulders down away from your ears. One more inhale. Exhale, back to the center. Back toes tucked, back knee lifts. Switch again, right foot forward. This time we're gonna work into the shoulders. So what I want you to do is back. So I'm gonna give you a couple options. I may have done one with you before, but I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. So make a fist with your right hand and see if you can bring that right hand behind you and kind of put it right on your kidney. So if you're really tight in your shoulders, you're gonna kind of feel a stretch right here as you draw your elbow forward. So this is step one. Step two is reaching across. If you can reach with your fingertips and just pulling your elbow in. Step three is hooking that elbow on the inside of your thigh maybe left hand to the ground, and then pushing your knee into your elbow a little bit. Take one more big breath. And then the same way you came into it, slowly unwind, bring yourself back up. And then just bring that arm down to your side, and let's just do a little internal, external rotation. So you can kind of think about making like a thumbs up with your thumb and just seeing that full range of motion through your arm and shoulder. One more thing before we do the other side. Tiptoe your right foot forward just a little bit more. Come back down into that low lizard lunge position. So you can just kind of start to work your elbows down towards the ground if that's where you're at this morning. If you want a little bit more, you can start to kind of shimmy your right shoulder underneath your right knee. Maybe you kind of stop there or reach around from the inside to the outside and grab the outside of your right ankle with your right fingertips. Grab the inside with your left fingertips. Rest here if you want to make it more of a strength position. Lift the back knee up, lift the elbows up, find your balance. For 3, 2, and 1. Gently your back knee down. Curl your hands underneath your shoulders. This time tiptoe your right foot in between your thumbs. So you're gonna have a little slope to your shin. First step, peel your toes back. Big inhale, lift your chest up a little bit. See if you can keep that chest to thigh connection, and then just start to drive your hips back. Toes back, maybe a little bit straighter leg. Fold forward a little bit more if you got some room. One more breath. Slowly rebend. So maybe you slide your foot back a little bit. Let's look for more of a vertical shin now. Back toes tucked, back knee lifts. You can lean forward, lift your leg up. So back to that standing split position. So we just stretch the hamstrings and the hip. We're going to get them working one more time. Maybe bring your hands to prayer from here. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you lift your torso up into a warrior 3 and just hold that for 5 breaths. Again, what are your shoulders doing? Down and away from your ears, so no shrugging. Lengthen through your spine, lengthen through your lifted back leg. Inhale one more time. Exhale, step all the way back to your lunge, fingertips down, sweep your right leg up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Kicking open behind you, a little bit of movement through the leg. Maybe bend, maybe make some circles in the air. Maybe drop back in a wild thing if you want to do that. So right foot lands gently behind you, lift your hips up, reach forward. Again, palm facing down. See if you can find a little bit more of a feeling of lightness, lift up a little bit higher. Inhale one more time. Exhale, right hand down, all the way back and around. Bring your right knee towards your right wrist, finding a pigeon pose. Tiptoeing your foot back. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold down. One more breath, just let your body relax, melting down into the mat, just nice and easy. Back at the neck soft. As you make your way back up onto your palms, Tuck your back toes when you're ready. Lift your back knee. Step your right foot back. Find your plank position. Lean forward, lower down carefully. Inhale up. Again, shoulders back, chest lifts. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. When you get there, lift your left leg up in the air. Swing it forward, set it down. Finding that lunge position one more time. Again, push back. So let's get into that shoulder movement. So making a fist with your left hand. So it's another important note here is not to let your kind of wrist flop around when you're doing this. It's kind of like letting your ankle collapse when you're doing lunging positions. So make that fist, keep your wrists nice and engaged. Hand at the back of your kidney. Try to keep your shoulder down. Again, either reach across or just use your strength to pull your elbow forward a little bit. Or elbow to the inside of thigh. Whew, this is a doozy for me. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold in. Again, use that left knee, if you're down, to push just a little bit more. Two more breaths, maybe close your eyes. Again, check in, where do you feel this? Where does it feel very focal? Where does it feel more general? That cloud of sensation that we started with. And a nice slow release. Yourself back up to that lunging position, just like we did before. Arm down at your side, nice and tall in the lunge. And then just do a little rotation through your whole arm and shoulder. So thumb turns in, that's internal rotation. Thumb turns out, that's external. Do 2 or 3 more times, feeling that motion in your shoulder. Okay, shake it out a little bit. Both hands down to the inside of your foot. Once again, tiptoe your foot forward a little bit. So working your way down, lizard lunge if that's where you need to be. So we're working to the hips and a little bit into the shoulders as well. If you want to take your left arm underneath your left leg, grab the outer left ankle. Grab the inner left ankle with your right hand. Staying down here, just feeling that. This is one step closer to putting your foot behind your head, because that's such an important skill to have. When you're ready, lift your back knee up if you want to, or just hang out down on the ground and relax. For 3, 2, and 1. Back knee to the ground, gently. Crawl your foot down the middle. Again, you have a little slope in your shin, so you're kind of halfway there already. Peel your toes back, feel that engagement. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your front leg. One more breath, give those toes a little wiggle. Make sure you're not taking it too seriously. Toes back. And then slowly rebending. Shimmy your foot back if it's real far forward. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Lean forward, lift when you're ready. Take a second to check in. Where's the strength from in your body? Hands to prayer, maybe. Or maybe you start to lift your torso. Reaching back through your foot, reaching forward through the crown of your head. Your shoulders are relatively relaxed here. Inhale one more time. Exhale, fingertips, foot down and back. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, reaching up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Hang here or drop back. Take 5 breaths in Wild Thing if you're coming back there. Squeeze your butt as you lift your hips up. Maybe reach your left hand forward. Now, next stop is going to be a pigeon pose, so see how fluidly you can get there when we get there. Let's take 2 more big breaths and then make our way. All right, here we go. Left hand down. Swing it all the way around. Arrange your body on the ground, slide your foot back a little bit. That's right foot back. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, fold in. One more breath. See if you can soften somewhere that feels like it's tensing and gripping. All right, make your way up on the hands. This time, lean over under your left hip, swing your right leg all the way around. So, come into a Lord of the Fishes pose. See what you can do to get your right hip a little bit closer to the ground. Right hand down behind you. Inhale, left hand comes up. Exhale, twist, and then hook. 5 breaths. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, see if you can find just a little bit more rotation. That nice slow release coming back to the center. Okay, from here, lean over to the left just slightly. So we're just gonna arrange that left leg forward. So bring your shin more parallel with the front edge of your mat. Just slide your right ankle up onto your left knee. So flex both feet, keeping the ankles engaged just like we did with that fist earlier. And start here, drawing your knee down a little bit. Maybe you stop here, or maybe you come to a seated position and work from here. If you're up, sit up as you can. If you're over on your hand, just peel your chest open. Again, think about rolling your shoulders back. One more breath, finding a long spine. If you're sitting up, to lean your belly forward instead of the top of your head. One more big breath. And slowly release, back up. You'll lean to the side to unwind, please do. We're gonna try and stack the knees a little bit more. So maybe you wind up in more like this Lord of the Fishes position again, that's totally fine. We're gonna more into the shoulders. If you can stack your knees, do. So this time, 2 options. You can either take your left hand up and behind you and reach behind and clasp your fingers, which I cannot do, so maybe you can. If you want to take your right hand up and grab your left elbow, that's plan B, and then just drop over to the right a little bit. So 5 breaths here. Gently press your head back into your elbow in either position. As you exhale, drop over, gently pulling. And then with an exhale, bring yourself back to the top. So from here, just release your arms, lean back a little bit. We're just gonna straighten that left leg out. So again, up here is a little bit more of a comfortable position for most. If you want to try stacking your knees again, you can. Inhale, lift your chest. Now with your exhale this time, we're going to intentionally round the spine, bringing your forehead down towards that top knee. Maybe reach forward and grab something if that's approachable. Don't force it, just kind of let gravity do the work for you. One more breath, maybe a little bit more pull if you're grabbing. And then slowly unwind your spine, lifting back up. Lean back, arms if you can. across your legs. So boat pose. So maybe assist pulling your knees in closer to your chest. Maybe assist straightening your legs a little bit. Maybe don't grab if you're feeling knees is tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low boat. Definitely bend your knees here if you're feeling tired. You're still getting the work done. You're just doing it more safely. Straighten your legs if you feel like you can manage that. 5, 4, 3, 2. Take a big inhale. Now with 1, back up. This time fingertips down. We're just going to do 10 little pulses. Heels down and back up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank God, asana. Right leg bends. Bring your left leg up and across. Okay, so back to the top. Left hand down behind you. Reach up. Find some length. Use your core strength. Twist. Hook it up and across. Find that twist for 5 big breaths. Your exhale, release. Coming back to the center, lean over to the right just a little bit. Shimmy your right foot forward. Again, arranging your legs, but whatever way feels best for you, something relating to this position. As you start to over, maybe pressing with your hand, chest stays lifted, or stacking knees. And again, inhale, chest lifts, hang out here. Find that length. And then we're just gonna gradually find that lean. Think about leaning from the bottom of your spine rather than the top of your spine. One more big breath, lengthen. Exhale, fold a little bit more. And then just pulling yourself back up. Slide your feet even wider to the opposite edges of the mat. So, again, making those little adjustments as needed. If you can stack your knees, do. This time it's going to be right hand up and across, left hand behind you, or left hand up and over to grab the tip of your elbow. Inhale, long spine, lift. Exhale, drop over to the left. Get back up. Release your arms. Shake your shoulders out a little bit. Lean back just slightly. Front. Stack your knees. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, down. Slowly release. This time on your legs. Bring them out in front of you, shake them out just a little bit. Okay, so bend your knees just toes. So think about really pressing the pads of your toes down to the so it's kind of like you're making a really big W with your thumbs and fingers. Roll your shoulders back. I encourage you to keep a little bend in your elbows for this. As you press down, lift your hips up. So you're in kind of like a longer reverse tabletop position. Walk your feet closer to your hands if you want less. If you want a little bit more work, walk your feet forward, lift your hips high. Again, little bend in the elbows, but try and straighten your legs if they're straight. Lift your hips up, squeeze your butt, squeeze your thighs together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your tailbone down. Now everybody straighten your legs, point your toes as best you can. So keep them pointed. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, fold forward. With your toes pointed, reach for shins, ankles, heels, whatever you can grab. Inhale, lengthen one more time. Exhale, fold down. So just going to keep that toe point for about 3 more breaths. Feel that stretch in the fronts of the ankles and shins. Straighten your legs a little bit more so you're pressing the backs of your knees down towards the ground. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, peel your toes back, but keep the forward fold. Just see how that changes the position. Inhale again. Exhale, release, unwind your spine. So from here, bend your right leg, grab your right big toe one more time. So just pull back like you're pulling back. And we're just gonna hang here for a breath. Sit up a little bit taller so you're in like kind of a half happy baby pose, except you're sitting upright. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, take that right heel to your right thigh. Place your foot. Maybe slide your hips forward just a little bit more. So slightly different variation, working a little bit more on the shoulders for this one. Instead of squaring your chest over your thigh, I want you to turn slightly towards the gap between your knees. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fall forward a little bit, and then start to reach your chest over towards the inner left thigh. Grab the inner arch of your left foot. So again, this is that externally rotated position. It just feels kind of funky. Now press your elbow into your leg, find that twist. Step 1, right fingertips to the back of your head. Peeling your elbow open towards the sky. So you're finding that engagement in the upper back, the twist, the reach. If you want a little bit more, try reaching your arm overhead, clasping the outside of your left foot with your right fingertips. One more big breath. And then release. Both hands, crawling yourself down the middle. Let's take that right leg and bring it all the way out to the right. So you're making about a 90-degree angle between your legs. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, just fold forward down between your thighs. One more big breath. And release, walk your hands back. One more little strength movement here. So this time I'm gonna have you turn your chest towards that right thigh, plant your right hand down at the back of the mat, swivel both feet and toes over to the right. So you're kind of taking a little twist here. So let's take a little detour just briefly. Lifting your chest, find this little twist. Now if you want to give it a shot, we're gonna come into like a fallen triangle modification here. So press down through your right hand, both feet. Lift your hips up, reach your left hand towards the back of your mat one more time. Inhale again. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Back to where you started, twisting towards the front. Bring your chest to square towards your left leg, so that's the front leg. Fingertips down. Now lift that right leg up. And bring it all the way around. Shake it out a little bit. Same thing, other side. Grabbing your left big toe with your middle fingers, your middle pointer, pull back, shoulder back and down. So that right leg's straight and strong. Think about lifting your chest and your belly forward. Try not to shrug your shoulders up to get here. With your next exhale, slowly bring your foot to your inner thigh. Make the necessary adjustments. Get your heel a little bit closer to your groin as best you can. Again, square your chest towards the space between your legs. Little forward fold. And then readjust, reaching and grabbing. Inner right arch, right fingertips. Left hand comes up and over. Fingertips to the skull, maybe stay here. Or maybe reach. And carefully unwinding, both hands down, lean back just slightly. Again, left leg out to the left, 90 degrees between your heels. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, fold down. All right, with your exhale, walk yourself back up. Once more, let's take that little twist. So turning your torso back and to the left, left hand down behind you, twisting here, rotating your toes. So you can stay here if this feels good. Or when you're ready, if you want to lift up into that fallen triangle position, give that a shot. Then slowly lowering all the way back down. Arrange your body to face the front one more time. Press down through your left heel, both fingertips. Lift that left leg up and around. Set them down side by side. Pull your towards your chest. Hands down behind you. One more time, a little bit shorter stance. Lift your hips up just slightly and then just slide your hips towards your heels. So one more nice juicy little shoulder stretch before we make our way down. So bent elbows, and you can kind of slump down into this a little bit and then just roll your shoulders side to side. Big stretch for the deltoids, the biceps tendon. One more breath. And then just like you got into it, press down through your palms, lift your hips up, just arrange yourself about in between your hands and feet. Roll down onto your back. Once you get there, soles of the feet down, take a little bridge pose, walk your shoulder blades together. Maybe grab the edges of your mat if you need a little bit of leverage to squeeze. Maybe clasp your hands together and work on straightening your arms. Or if you want to come into a wheel pose, you can do that here as well. Hands down by your shoulders, thumbs pointing towards the tips of your shoulders. Press into the thumb side of your hand, lift your chest up and press back. With an exhale, slow release all the way back down. Walk your feet wide, let your knees drop in. So you're kind of tensing your knees in towards the center line, and then just do a little swing side to side, just very minimal range of motion. Feeling the internal rotation of the hips. And keeping your feet where they are, open your right knee all the way out to the right and just drop both knees over to the right side. Arms out like a T for a little counterbalance. Look over towards your left thumb. Take a big inhale. And then with your exhale, heels down, swivel your knees back to the center, maybe a little shimmy here side to side, and then when you're ready to, drop knees over to the left, look to the right. Again, use your exhale to bring your knees back to the middle. One more time. This time, walk your feet in, let your knees drop out. So Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Once you get there, press your hands into the tops of your thighs and just see if you can find a little bit more length in your spine. And then just rest. Maybe fingertips on thighs for a little added pressure, maybe not. We're going to take 10 breaths here, just kind of letting gravity gradually open the hips, relaxing the chest and shoulders, the neck. Once again, see if you can identify more with that cloud of sensation rather than the different parts of your body. And with a little assist from your fingertips, just close your knees together like a big book. From here, carefully arrange one straight leg down on the ground, other straight leg down on the ground. Do the same with your arms. Make any final adjustments. See if you can find this internal sense of symmetry on both sides of your body, left and right, front and back. And then just settle into your Shavasana and just let your breath go. If you notice yourself getting distracted by your to-do list or what you're going to have for breakfast, bring your attention back to the immediate sensations in your environment and inside your body. Now very gradually begin to notice the sensations in your hands and your feet. Notice your sense of awareness drawing up towards the center of your body. Feeling hips, shoulders, the pressure of your torso on the ground. Feel your chest rising into the atmosphere around you. Now, one final time, relax all the muscles in your face. This may be the last time you do it today, so just see if you can take all those stress muscles out of the equation. As you slowly begin to bring a little bit of movement back into your body, try to keep your face relaxed. Maybe reach both arms up overhead and stretch your whole body out like you're waking up again. And then with your exhale, take a moment to roll over onto one side and just feel the sensation of your body resting in the supported position, your spine aligned, head resting on bicep. Then carefully making your way up to a comfortable seated position, using your hands to guide you, seeing if you can keep your eyes closed throughout. Just noticing all these little tiny movements that aggregate to get you from point A to point B. And once you're there, just sit up nice and tall, right back where you started. Again, not identifying with any specific place or part, just feeling that cloud of sensation. As you bring your hands into a prayer position, one final time, engaging your shoulders as you squeeze back, lift your chest up into your thumbs. So feeling that engagement in the mid-back, the shoulder blades. Sit up a little bit taller. And seal up your practice with a little bit of gratitude for your healthy body and your healthy mind. Make your way into the rest of your weekend with grace and ease. Namaste. Thanks, Becky.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.